The name's Cavill, Henry Cavill. 8 years before Man of Steel turned the actor into the perfect Superman, he wanted to play everyone's favorite British spy, and a newly leaked audition tape has revealed exactly what he would have been like in the role.
Vodka martini shaken, not stirred. And you?
After Die Another Day brought Pierce Brosnan's arc as James Bond to a close, Eon Productions started hunting for the next actor to take on the title of 007. Although they eventually settled on Daniel Craig, hundreds of men were considered for the parts, including Hugh Jackman, Karl Urban, and of course Henry Cavill. While the world may never get to see firsthand what the actors responsible for Wolverine and Billy Butcher would have been like as Bond, that's not the case for Cavill. 2 decades after it was recorded, Cavill's screen test for Casino Royale and other future Bond projects was leaked on YouTube. The uploader claimed that the footage was found on a VHS tape that was taken from a recycling bin at a movie studio. Audition tapes for Sam Worthington, Rupert Friend, and Anthony Starr were also uploaded to the same channel, but Cavill's attempt at embodying James Bond has received the most views by far. The clip shows a long-haired Cavill reading through a scene from GoldenEye in which Bond is introduced to the gorgeous assassin Xenia Onatopp. His performance honestly isn't anything to write home about, especially when compared to Pierce Brosnan's read in the 1995 film, but it proves that Cavill definitely has the temperament to play the coolest guy in MI6.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bond.
The pleasure, I'm sure, was all mine.
So why wasn't Cavill chosen over Craig? For starters, he was simply too young. The future Clark Kent was just 22 years old at the time, with only a handful of roles under his belt. According to Cavill himself, though, that wasn't the only reason. In an interview with Men's Health in 2019, he revealed that his fitness routine, or lack thereof, may have lost him the part. He admitted, "I remember the director Martin Campbell saying, 'Looking a little chubby there, Henry.' I didn't know how to train or diet, and I'm glad Martin said something because I respond well to truth. It helps me get better." Thankfully, Cavill wasn't too broken up about the failed audition, and a decade later he got the chance to play a different suave super spy with a badass name. Cavill's turn as CIA agent Napoleon Solo in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. earned him positive reviews from critics and passionate fans still holding out hope for a sequel.
We're struggling here. Why don't you take a shot at him?
Somehow, it just doesn't seem like the right thing to do.
Now that Cavill is jacked, in his 40s, and has a well-received spy movie on his resume, he's a much more reasonable candidate for the rank of 007. Conveniently for him, the role has been vacant ever since Craig said goodbye to the character in 2021's No Time to Die. While there's still no news on when James Bond will be returning to cinemas, Cavill will definitely be a worthy contender for the part if he decides to throw his hat into the ring once again. Fans in the comments are certainly in agreement, as one wrote, "Nowhere near as good as Craig at this point so early in his career, but now he'd be perfect and absolutely nail it."